My next guest came off a spectacular UFC debut, getting that first round submission victory over Roosevelt Roberts back at UFC Fight Night on September 12th. It is Kevin Croom back here on the program. Kevin, how's it going, man?
Man, spectacular. Spectacular.
Yeah, I bet. I see you're a little speechless there. I mean, have you been able to actually soak all this in? Because it's been a crazy roller coaster leading up to this debut, and it finally happened. Have you been able to actually sit back and be like, hey, I just won my debut and $50K richer?
I mean, I have just obviously been cheesing the whole time. I'm on cloud 22. You know, all I've been doing is just sitting back and watching my fight and thinking about how cool I am. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, spectacular. I don't know if it's really sunk in yet. I just got a paycheck, so like my bank account's looking really pretty right now. Man, top of the world, Ma, top of the world.
Good for you, man. Well, yeah, I know it's been a long road. We were sort of talking off air. Like, I remember when you fought for like MFC back in the day up in Canada. Like, it's crazy to see, how much time you put into the sport, and glad to see you, get to the highest level. But there was some uncertainty about your debut. Take me back to just a few weeks ago where you were supposed to make your debut, didn't end up happening. I believe they released you. What happened there? Because I don't think a lot of people knew what sort of took place, what was supposed to be your debut a few weeks ago.
Yeah. I got the call at like 5 a.m. on a Tuesday saying, hey, how's it feel to be a UFC fighter? Lost my shit, freaked out. You know what I mean? Went there, got there, man, just some things just happened, man. Just the fight game is so iffy. It just didn't work out. Went back home, obviously heartbroken, but I felt like I had a good perspective on it. Like, I knew that they finally wanted to sign me. That's kind of always been a question. Hey, am I good enough? Do they want me? Blah, all this stuff. Well, I knew that they were willing to sign me. Just be ready. And then even the next week, I got a phone call on Thursday asking if I could make weight in 12 hours. And I said yes, and accepted another fight. Again, something else just kind of fell through. And then after that one, Sean Shelby said, just keep him ready. He'll get in. We'll get him in. And so when you hear that, all right, heck yeah, let's go. Still training really hard. And then, I wake up on Wednesday and I have the thought, okay, I guess I'm going to have to find some work for this weekend. I only got $64 in my account. I got bills to pay. Things are, and then I'm doing some medicals so I can fight. And I have I have an appointment at 2:15, and I get a call as I'm pulling in the parking lot asking if I can make weight and get on a plane. And obviously I said yes. Got to the airport with 30 minutes to go, and look at James and ask him who I'm fighting. And, the rest is history.
So what initially knocked you off of that first fight? Because I think some people said it might have been COVID. What was the reason you couldn't make your debut before?
Yeah, I had COVID. Apparently, I felt fantastic. None of the people around me had none of the people I had been around, my lady or anything else. Nobody had it. I felt fantastic, but whatever. It just delayed me a little bit. But man, what a roller coaster, But I feel like that helped me out.
Yeah,
because I kind of already was there, and I got the emotions out of the way. Obviously, I've been waiting for this my whole life. This shit's emotional. This is my life, And so I kind of got all those emotions out of the way, and then this time I was just pure focus and ready to go.
Yeah, I was going to ask your mentality. It's in some degree because the fight was so short. In terms of you getting it and going to do it, did that sort of help you too? Because you didn't even have time really to focus on your opponent. You just put your trust in James, who by the way is one of the best coaches in the game.
Ever. I listen to every word he says till the day I die. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I swear to God, changed my life. For sure we still weren't even positive. I had to do medicals after weigh-ins. So I made weight and then had to do medical. So I still wasn't sure. It was still up in the air in my my mind. Even after weigh-ins, I weighed in and I was like, okay, I think I'm a UFC fighter now.
You never know with COVID, it's crazy. I
still didn't know. So it wasn't real until it was real. You know?
Did you know though there was that weakness with Roberts where, you know, he had been submitted early, like Jim Miller did that. Were you aware of that, or was that something that James had mentioned that, look, like if you can get a hold of this guy, you have a good chance of winning?
Yeah, I mean, we felt that I was better. Like once it got close, I was better in the clinch, and I was better up against the fence, and you know, better once we got a hold of each other. You know, I mean, he's got a really quick right hand. He like no loads, throws right hand. He's really good with his range and his length. I mean, I guess obviously I had a little bit longer reach than him, but man, I handled the range really well. I had a fight. I had like a 5-round fight a few weeks ago, and I feel like I kind of learned some things in that fight about range. And I said that after the fight. I said, hey, I think I've learned some things. I think I unlocked a few new levels, and I'm excited to see what happens. And man, I know it was only 30 seconds, but boom, like, you know, I think I did just that.
There's that great moment of you after the fight. So the ref steps in, obviously very emotional. I mean, long time coming. Like I said, you put in the work on the regional scene, but there's that great moment, the camera shot of you jumping up and seeing James and Grant Dawson. Every time I interview Grant, he raves about you and just how much of a good training partner you are. What did it mean to get the win and, you know, to kind of in some ways, you know, rep the team quite well, getting a huge win like that?
I'm so happy, obviously, about the win, but I mean, I feel like that's a really big win for James as well.
Yeah.
Like a few years ago, I was on a few fight losing streak, lost total confidence in myself. I didn't know if I was good. Like I believe, man, I've always thought this was going to happen. I did. However, that sometimes I thought it more than others. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I think this is a really big win for him. He turned my life around, and it's literally from just me listening to everything he says. Man, I listen to him and I trust him, and you know. So yeah, obviously it's great. Love repping the team, man. Glory MMA is something special. I'm so proud and happy to be a part of it. I'm like truly grateful, man. We got something special going on, and the world's starting to find out. You know.
How did you celebrate after that win?
Just hung out at the hotel with the boys.
Yeah, keep it simple. Yeah, no, well, you can't really go out anyways, right? A lot of the stuff's sort of locked down there. What's been the feedback like? Because that, like, you again, like people were like, "Wow," because you were an underdog and everything, and you went out there and got it done. Like, how's the social media impact, been since the fight? Because you must just be getting a lot of really positive reviews.
I am up like 5,000 and growing followers on Instagram, a couple thousand on Twitter. Had to turn all my notifications off. You know, I mean, yeah, it's spectacular. People are excited just like I am.
What's been the feedback from the UFC? I'm sure your managers, talked to them. They must have been thrilled because that couldn't have gone better. And the fact that Sean Shelby really believed in you too, I think that also helped as well.
Yeah. Once again, I'm just kind of enjoying everything. James and everybody, they got fights going on today. James is cornering someone today for contenders, and then someone on Saturday. So I'm just kind of just vibing out right now, and then we'll talk all about that next week. Down to business next week, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Now, you mentioned you had $64 in your bank account, which kudos to you, man. Going all in, to the very last drop, right? $64, that'll get you maybe a nice dinner. Actually, won't even get you a nice dinner. It'll get you kind of, decent meal out or something. But what would you have done for work? Because you mentioned you would have had to take another job. Because if I'm not mistaken, could be wrong here. Last time you and I did an interview, this was, I think, before the Sept fight. Could be wrong on that. But were you not working at Target?
Yeah. I worked at Target for a little bit. Yeah. For the last few years, I've been working construction, building fences and decks.
Okay.
And I mean, kind of whatever you're paying. I've
got to make it work, right? Yeah.
And so yeah, I was just gonna build a fence or something like that. Just work for my buddy Staunch Properties, really really good friend of mine. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, that's good. And you got the $50K bonus. I know you probably haven't received it yet, but what's the plan with that, with the money?
Man, I'm going to get a really fancy pair of nunchucks.
Going all in on those.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a bid on the Elephant Man's bones too.
There you go. So you're just going to blow it all. No, I'm sure, James is a pretty savvy business guy. I'm sure you've leaned on him a bit on what to do with the money.
Once again, I'm going to listen to every word James says till the day I die.
Now, you said you're going to sort of reassess things next week, but in your head right now, when are you looking to get back in there? Do you want to get one more in this year, or do you want to look ahead to next year?
I mean, if the right thing comes up, I'd get two more in. I care. I'm down. I'm down for sure. Obviously, I'm in a really good position right now. I kind of stole this kid's hype. I stepped up on a day's notice, did this. So, I feel like I have a good position to take the right fight. However, if the right fight happens on 24 hours notice, I'm always down.
Any opponents that interest you? I mean, you're coming off a win.
Like I said, man, I really like that Alex Caceres fight. I like sometime, maybe a couple fights down the road. I think that'd be really good. I'd like to fight a couple, maybe 1 or 2 fights at 45 and then move down to 35. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I've just been in the gym trying to get better. I'll start plotting again next week.
Kevin, congratulations on the win, man. So cool to see. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media, and I'm sure you got some people to thank, so I'll give you the last word.
Awesome. Kevin Croom _MMA on everything, I think. Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Obviously, thank you to James Krause, Grant Dawson, man. Their belief in me definitely helped me out when I started not believing myself. This has been such a long road, and, man, thank you guys so much. Joe Wooster is the man, my manager. Jason House, both of them, killing the game. Meridian Sports, great. My buddy Brian Imes, Hillbilly Fightwear, Lisa Gore. Man, thank you guys. Thank you, man. It's good to talk to you again. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
I'll be back soon. I'm going to do something cool again.